Uh, every morning is interesting. Yesterday, I wake up to this crazy cryptocurrency thing, like losing 50% of its value. Crazy. And then today, I wake up to there's multiple pages of these, but all my Ethereum validators have missed attestations. Hopefully, everything is fixed now. I had to call Comcast because my internet was being really shoddy, going on and off and all that stuff. And of course, so the first thing that I do, so when I figure out that it's my internet that's messed up, the first thing that I do, I go to Comcast, or when I decide that it's Comcast problem, I go to Comcast website and reboot my modem from their side. Just I could have did it from my side, just unplugged it, plugged it back in, or whatever. I did it from their website. So then that didn't work. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a cup of tea. This is going to be a while. I'm going to have to call into Comcast. So I call into Comcast. They refuse, like their automated system refuses to uh, let me speak to someone until I go through their automated process of rebooting my modem, which takes 10 minutes. So I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to wait 10 minutes to talk to anyone. Like I already rebooted my modem. I did my due diligence. I proactively did this or whatever. I don't need to do it again. Why can't you just check your records and see that I rebooted my modem?" So then they're like, all right, we'll send you a text message in 10 minutes to see if everything has worked out and if your internet is back up or whatever. So that was 21 minutes ago that I called them, and still no text message from them uh, to see if my internet's back on or whatever, so that I can be transferred to a person. So I'm gonna go refresh all these validator pages, and I'll get back to you in a second to see if I missed any attestations. Well, maybe I should wait another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm still having the same problem. It's still connecting and disconnecting. Gotta call Comcast. Well, I just got off the phone with Comcast. They're saying that there's scheduled maintenance happening in my area. Usually I get text messages for all that. I don't know why I'm even talking to you guys about this. Usually I get text messages beforehand about that. At least I did in Pennsylvania. Yeah, we'll see what happens in like an hour. And then now, for whatever reason, I was looking at Samsung's website for the washers and dryers. I don't know what made me look at their website, but now they're on sale for $779 each, and I bought them for $989 each. So I just ended up calling Samsung to see if I can get a price match. Like it's Samsung, from what I've read, doesn't do price matches for their competitors, but it seems like from their own website, because it's on their own website where the price is to what, like, sorry, battery change. It would be $440. So I emailed Samsung. I'd save $440 if they gave me this discount. So I emailed Samsung, and they wanted me to email, or I called Samsung, and then they wanted me to send them an email with my order number and a screenshot of the Samsung website prices or whatever. So hopefully, because I could also just cancel my order and reorder. It's still today's the 20th, and the 26th is the day that it gets delivered here. So hopefully they respond back to me before the sale is gone, so I know if I should cancel my order and just reorder, because I could, like, saving $500, I can just buy like $100 worth of clothes to keep me clothed the extra time that it takes to get the new order delivered. But yeah, that's today's crazy morning. Now I should be all set to work out. By the way, my internet still is not working, and it's now 10:30 in the morning. And yeah, I called. It was 9 o'clock when I got off the phone with Comcast. But I'm gonna brush my teeth. I still have to work out. I mean, it's only been like 10 minutes since my last clip, but I still have to work out, and then I'll deal with Comcast. It's just like one of those days where I need to do all this. I need to upload all these YouTube videos is what I need to do, and get my driver's license, Florida driver's license, and all this other stuff I have to get done. And I can't because of this other stuff I'm dealing with. Well, I just called Comcast again, and they went to reprovision my modem. We'll see if it resolves everything. What time is it? It's 11 a.m. and I still haven't worked out yet. This day is bad. Jeez. So 11:30 a.m. still haven't worked out. They did some other stuff to my internet, and if this doesn't work, they have to send out a Comcast person here. Hopefully everything works out. I'm giving it another hour, and hopefully everything works, and they don't have to send out anyone. Time to work out. Damn. I think Comcast is blocking internet traffic for my Ethereum Validator, because now I have zero connectivity to my Ethereum Validator. Maybe something's wrong with it. I have to check and look, but like my laptop works fine on it. But my Ethereum Validator doesn't connect. I'll show you. Yeah, so it just stays on connecting right here, and eventually, yeah, this happens. It goes to activation, network connection failed. But if I plug it into my laptop next to it, and I have to make sure not to, I just had my email show up. But yeah, it's connected here, and internet works and everything on my laptop. So this seems more and more like it's my problem, not Comcast's problem. Unless Comcast is blocking internet traffic, but it should still connect. My Linux computer should still connect to this modem, and it always has before, ever since I moved here. Well, I have no idea what's going on at all. So right now I'm factory resetting my modem, but an Ubuntu live USB, like a completely fresh install of Ubuntu, basically. Like it's a clean install of Ubuntu just running off the USB drive, like untouched, doesn't connect to the internet. Oh, well, now it says it's connected. No, it's not. Doesn't work. I have this switch plugged in right now so that I can run multiple devices. My laptop works plugged into it. Ubuntu doesn't get any internet from either this machine, my Ethereum Validator, or the live USB. And both of my Wi-Fi router things don't get internet. So the only thing that gets internet from this modem is this laptop. I didn't plug in my other computers because they're upstairs, but only this Windows laptop does. I mean, this stuff is Linux. I don't know. I'm out of ideas. Like, I'll just bring this upstairs just so it's easier, because that's my Ethereum Validator saying that it's not connected. I'll bring this stuff upstairs and see if that changes anything, but I have no idea what else to do, and I have to sneeze. The Comcast guy is coming on Saturday at 1 p.m., but they're like, well, if you're getting internet to your modem, we can't do anything past that. Like, we can't fix your computers. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but something's got to be wrong when, like, all these devices don't connect to the internet, plugged directly into this thing. So it's like a computer plugged directly into this. It's not like any configurations on the switch or router or anything is screwed up. And the woman that I spoke to said that they don't block MAC addresses or computers or IP addresses or anything like that, but which I guess, like, they're probably not doing if my routers don't even connect to the internet. I have no idea what's going on, and it's pissing me off because every day this computer isn't connected to the internet costs me $450. But it's 2 p.m. now. I think it's a bit after 2. I did not expect to be dealing with all this stuff when I woke up this morning. I thought maybe it's just a simple issue, a simple thing, but I'm finally all worked out. I need to take a shower. Like, this workout and shower stuff is supposed to be finished like 11 o'clock. I usually finish it by. Holy hell, dear God. Today was an absolute nightmare, but I finally have my internet working fully, and I have my validator running. I lost like $800 today just not having that thing running. Crazy. And Comcast isn't going to refund me $800 for work missed. I have 8 videos uploading right now. Finally getting some of this stuff done. I think what happened, well, what I ended up doing, I came across a post online because I came up here and brought my modem up here because I'm like, all right, well, it's not working downstairs. I might as well bring it up here and see if that outlet works, gets internet connection on it, or if it's to the DirecTV or something else, or not hooked up. So I did that, and my laptop would connect to it, and then I was testing these computers. These computers wouldn't connect to it, and these are Windows computers. So I'm like, all right, well, that means that they didn't block off my Ethereum Validator for using 2.2 terabytes of data in like a week and a half. That I thought that they like blacklisted that computer for using too much data or something. So these ones connecting means that, all right, it's not that one that's blacklisted because these Windows ones aren't working either. So there's something weird going on that only my laptop connects now. So I searched online. I'm like, my internet is only connecting to one device. And I came across a post saying that Comcast will, or the internet place will assign an IP to the first device that is connected. So if it assigns an IP to, so basically what I think happened was my modem was connected to my laptop, assigned an IP to my laptop, and then when I connect it to a new device, so say I connect it instead of straight from the modem to my laptop, I connected it straight from the modem to my router or straight to a different computer. Well, now those devices aren't getting assigned IP addresses because it was the IP address was already assigned to my laptop. But if I connect my router first, well, then it will assign an IP address to my router, and then my router will assign are they subnet IPs or local IPs? Then my router will assign local IPs to all these devices. So the router will have a Comcast IP address, like a public IP address. And then all these devices here connected to that router will be using that Comcast public IP address through the router. But all the local IP addresses, so like my desktop, for example, 192.168.1.3, another desktop.1.4, a laptop.1.5. So it's all these local IP addresses connecting to my router. Then my router and modem see all of these as one device, and not really one device, but one device, one IP going out through Comcast, through the Comcast local or the Comcast public IP address. So what I did was I shut down my modem, started it up, and then after it was started up, plugged in my router. This way it will automatically assign an IP address to my router. And then from there, then I was able to plug my router into my switch and then devices into my switch after that. So everything's back up, and like an entire day lost trying to figure out all this stuff because I was supposed to be uploading all these videos today, this morning, and didn't get that happening. I did find out that the cable outlet downstairs in the room that's going to be my office
is wired to DirecTV, or at least I believe so. It wasn't working with my Comcast modem. So when the guy comes out here, the Comcast guy comes out here, I'm going to ask him to install that down there. So just to close off the Comcast video, or my internet going out video, Comcast was here today, and he came outside, he looked at the box where it splits off to all the sections of the house, to all the rooms of the house. So he looked at the box outside and was like, yeah, instead of putting in a signal amplifier, they just split off all the lines, so your signal's probably degraded or whatever. I'm like, okay. So, which I don't know how much sense that makes, because the signal, I guess, would be degraded if there were multiple users on multiple outlets or multiple coax lines, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. That's what I would think, is that you would need that if there's only one person using the coax line, only one device using the coax line, it's not gonna be degraded until you have multiple people running off the split. So that's what he said. He's like, yeah, we could see about putting a signal amplifier in for you. And I'm like, okay. So then he goes outside to do whatever, and he comes back and he's like, yeah, everything's done. I also had him wanted him to check the my office to see if that outlet works, and he said, yeah, it does work. So he checked everything and said it was fine. He ended up not putting in a signal amplifier. And then we came upstairs to this room to look at everything, and he had the exact same problems as me with if we plug directly from the modem into my laptop, it will work. But then when we plug into my router, it doesn't work. And then so I explained to him what I was thinking, like the first device that gets plugged in is what gets assigned, that MAC address gets assigned the public IP. And he's like, yeah, we don't work that way anymore. And what he was saying, it seemed like he didn't really know what he was talking about. He's like, yeah, we use subnets instead of MAC addresses now. And I mean, I can't really say he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I'm not familiar with subnets either to say that I know what I'm talking about with that. But yeah, he witnessed the exact same problems I had, and I'm like, all right, I'll show you like how I fix it. And I did what I did the other day that I showed you. Like, I unplugged the modem, plugged it back in, waited it to boot up, and then after it booted up is when I plugged in is when I powered on my router and plugged that in. And so I had to turn one device on at a time down the chain. And that's just how it's got to work. And I'm just not going to touch anything, which is fine. I don't usually need to touch my modem and devices anyway after I have everything set up. But all this stuff is going to be moved down the line, so I do have to touch it again. But why am I rambling on saying yeah, I just have to keep that in mind for next time when I do move this stuff, that I have to boot up one device at a time down the chain.